but they're actually withholding ammunition that's specifically designed for targeted strikes. Why are they doing this?
Well, they don't want Israel to go into Rafah at all. They're going to make it almost impossible for Israel to prevail if they withhold American equipment. You know, the thing about Israel is an American ally, yes, but it has never asked for American boots on the ground. It's never asked for America to have airstrikes. It's always said, we can defend ourselves by ourselves, but you have to help us with the equipment. We're a small country. We can't manufacture all these weapons ourselves. And so that's always been the arrangement the United States has had with our ally Israel. Republicans, Democrats, it's always, we will help you. We will give you an ironclad commitment to defend yourselves by yourselves, and we'll help you do that. But when then President Biden says, well, I'm not going to let you have the weapons that are going to give you security and potentially even to guarantee your survival, I think he's abandoned Israel. Right now, if you think of Gaza as sort of like a peanut shape, the top of the peanut, Gaza City, that's where the part of the Hamas was, and that's where a lot of the tunnels were. Those are gone. Those have been destroyed. And the people living there, the civilians, have all gone down to the bottom part of the peanut. And that's where Rafah is. And that's where more tunnels are. That's where the Hamas senior leadership is. So if Israel is going to make Gaza Hamas-proof, it's got to go into Rafah. And the sad thing is, remember when President Obama said years ago, never underestimate the ability of Joe Biden to screw things up? Well, this is how he screwed things up with this war. First of all, he's made it so that Hamas wins no matter what. If Israel doesn't go in and doesn't destroy Hamas in Rafah, then Hamas wins because it lives to fight another day. It regroups, it rearms, it goes back into another attack against Israeli civilians. They've said they would do it. And then Hamas wins if Israel does go in. Why? Because there will be a lot of civilian casualties. Hamas will guarantee that there's a very high body count of women and children, because that's what Hamas does. It uses its own children and wives and women and grannies as human shields. Right. So then Israel loses the world's support. So Biden's now managed to have Hamas basically come up with the upper hand. And then the other thing is that the civilians in the Palestinian areas in Gaza, they should not be in Rafah. They should be in Egypt. We give Egypt $1.3 billion a year. And we could have, at the beginning of this conflict, said, okay, Palestinian refugees, if you're going to leave the north of the peanut, you're going to leave the south of the peanut, come on across into Egypt in the Sinai Peninsula, which is desert. Nobody lives there. We could have kept the Palestinian refugees there while Israel went in and destroyed the tunnels, killed off Hamas. And then once Hamas was gone and Gaza was Hamas-proof, that's when we could have let the Palestinians go back in and rebuild.
Yeah, Egypt does not want that. They do not want anything to do with these Palestinian civilians, which is why they were part of this Hamas ceasefire, the 8th. Hamas said all of a sudden, no, you don't come into Rafah. We're fine with the ceasefire, but the ceasefire was no good. It also didn't include releasing any of according to the State Department, KT, 133 hostages remain in Gaza, including Americans. Joe Biden never talks about the hostages, rarely talks about the Americans being held hostage. I'm wondering, the estimate right now is that somewhere between, and this is largely because of U.S. support, there are between 300 and 500 aid trucks a day going into Gaza, yet somehow all of the Palestinians in Gaza are still starving. Where's all that aid and food? Where's all that going?
The Hamas distributes it. It might be going direct, and this is the whole point. If we got those Palestinian people out of Gaza, they could have had the humanitarian support directly. Now what happens is the humanitarian support goes into Gaza, but guess whose hands it goes into? It goes into Hamas's hands. Hamas takes what it wants, sells some on the black market, but meanwhile it doesn't get to the people it's meant for, which are the Palestinian civilians.
Yeah, great point. And Israeli security and their ability to wage war are the exact same thing, aren't they?
Yeah, if Israel doesn't have the ability to defend itself by itself, then the future of the state, the security of the state of Israel right now today is endangered. And frankly, going forward, the survival of the state of Israel is endangered.
Yeah, I don't know if the president can maintain this confused, it's really all about Michigan and Dearborn.
It's all about Michigan.
It's all about, he's trying to play both sides, and it's just not going to work long term. But it really is all about, he's abandoning our biggest ally, certainly our biggest ally in the Middle East, the only democracy right there on the Mediterranean, and all because of 16 electoral votes in the state of Michigan.